It's finally trigger time! I've been waiting for her for a very long time, and today her banner is live. I was really tempted about pulling for her right at 12 o'clock when her banner arrived, but I decided no. So, Grana, you need to wait. Hold on until you're home so you can record your pulls, and hopefully they will be blessed. There is also something that I want to mention, so I'm recording it rather than doing it randomly and reporting the result. The situation is I'm a few pulls into the banner because I threw a few pulls at 5-star MB to see if she would come early. She didn't. And I'm on a 50-50, which is unfortunate, but I have a decent amount of pulls because these are well over 100 plus something that I could recycle from the shop. So I'm pretty certain I'm guaranteed to get her today. But I would really like to get her engine as well today. And I'm guaranteed to get everything by the end of her banner, but the day one is always better. And I will do as usual. Wait, first we go next to the doggy, because the doggy is my lucky charm. Hello, doggy. Doggy, like my daughter always says. Then we do a 10 pool, which is our traditional strat, and we do singles after that. In case we need even more singles, but I wish, we are going to need singles. My pulls for Varese and Genshin Impact were fairly weird because I lost the 50-50 on her banner and I lost the 50-50 on the weapon banner, but both of them came incredibly early. Like her own 50-50, I lost it, I believe it was around 35 PT, and the weapon I lost the 50-50 after 4 single pulls. So it wasn't a particularly painful 50-50 loss. And I also managed to get Cloud Returner Mommy. The stream with the pulls is here on YouTube, you can watch. It went pretty well. Here, hopefully, I will be a little bit luckier. Or, even luckier, because those pulls were not too bad. I'm really worried about the next week pulls for Castorize, because on day one I will have one soft PT, maybe just a bit over one soft PT, and I want to get her and her weapon, the light cone, whatever it's called. So that is going to be pretty rough, but hashtag believe, always hashtag believe. The thing that I wanted to talk about, and you're probably going to open your ears very wide now, are giveaways. Yeah, giveaways mentioned, based. The problem is, if you have noticed, we have not had a giveaway in a while. There are two reasons for that. The first reason is that YouTube doesn't give money to content creators every month. They only dish out money when the content creators reach a certain threshold. And the last time that they sent me money was for December, meaning that I did not get any money from YouTube for roughly 4 months now, let's say 3.5, which is a little bit annoying because, I don't want to use my own money to make giveaway. I prefer the Ponzi scheme that you follow me, you watch my videos, you click like and everything. YouTube gives me money and then we make giveaways. A Ponzi scheme that eventually YouTube will find out, but hopefully not. And the other problem, in addition to the lack of money from YouTube, is that most of my savings are in the stock market. Part of them in the US stock market, part of them in the Taiwanese stock market. If you have been checking the news or just keeping your ears open, the last few months for the US stock market have been bad. Like really, really bad. The money that I invested, it's still there. I did not lose any money, but the value of the stocks that I got has shrank quite significantly. So I'm not really in a period where I can be like, well, obviously this month 25 battle passes giveaway. No. We need to be very humble for a little while. Then when the stock market decides to behave properly, I could consider using my own money to have some sneaky giveaway. But for the time being, please hold on. And when things go a bit better, we will be doing giveaways again. I enjoy doing giveaways because I appreciate your support, and so since YouTube every now and then gives me money, I'm very happy to share it back to all of you who have been following me for decades, or even those who just click to see if there is a giveaway and then they join it. Regardless of the amount of support, I appreciate it. And I cannot but notice that we're getting us blasted by this banner. We're getting very close to soft PT. Well, very close, kind of. We are 25 from soft PT, which means we are 50 pools in this banner. Not really in this banner. You know what I mean, okay? I just came back from work. I've had a long day. I didn't sleep well. I want my trigger. I got the chance to play her. Well, not just we got the chance to play her in a few events and quests, and I like her playstyle a lot. Plus, she's a sniper, and my original elite competitive multiplayer gaming was mostly as a sniper in Tribes 2 and the original Team Fortress. Mostly was 2 games. Later on, even other games, but mostly was true. I wasn't a huge fan of the original Tribes game. I liked it, but it was more a matter of, I like this game, but let's see what happens after this. And then Tribes 2, I loved it to death. I absolutely loved it to death. My favorite FPS ever, by far. And I wish I had some recordings of the time, because during the Tribes 2 era, I was a god amongst men when it came to sniping. I was really a god. That was also a time where if you had a fast connection, a good internet connection, the difference with other people would be noticeable. And my connection was very good, was well above average, because I had an ISP, an internet service provider, with their servers 500 meters from my home. So my internet connection and the ping from the game servers were absolutely phenomenal. That, combined to my elite skills, made me perform really, really well in those games. But I was a sniper, a very proficient sniper for years. Then, I started to age, my reflexes started to become S, and the last time that I played FPS decently was with Tribes Ascend. Before those hacks from High-Res Studios decided to mess up the game, and then they closed the servers, basically providing no support and long-term development of the game. And then we got giga scammed, but not me specifically, because I didn't give them any money. But there was the new Tribes. I believe that, I don't remember if they called it Tribes Free or Tribes something something. And I was part of the beta, and it was a very good testing phase. Like, it had potential. It was a little bit rough, but it would not have taken too much to make that game into a fantastic FPS. And they made a round of funding from the players, and then we were like, okay, the project is done. Thank you, bye guys, take care. What the fuck? That was shocking. They just quit. They stopped making the game after they got some money from a lot of people. Jeez. I'm happy I didn't spend anything for that game, for being part of the test phase, but oh my god, that was rough. Because I really like the Tribes franchise. Tribes 2, my favorite FPS ever. Tribes Ascend was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And I was hoping there would be a new Tribes game. Like, I would not have been able to play competitively because I'm old as fuck now. But, at least be part of it. Enjoy it. Play it a little bit every now and then. Nope. We got giga scammed. It is what it is. Man, we're really going to soft PT trigger. My wild guess is that her banner is going to be one of the worst in terms of income in ZZZ. Because not many characters really need a stun character. There are 2 on the standard banner, and we already had the Chin E. And we got Palcra for free. meaning that everyone has at least one stun character, potentially, very easily more than one. And although her kit is really good, she's extremely skippable. Extremely skippable. So I'm expecting her banner to bomb in terms of sales. So I was hoping at the very least, since I've been simping for her, I pre-farmed everything for her, I'm pulling to get it early. To get the shiny... No. At least it's going to be a 4-star, so an extra pull for later, very likely. We're free from soft pity. But if I lose the 50-50, it's going to be a bummer, because it's going to become virtually impossible to get her engine today. We have to rely on the daily rewards from events and stuff like that. Yeah, bummer. I believe with this we are at soft pity. No, we have to go past the soft pity for trigger. At least let me win the 50-50. If, okay, let me have a sip of this sweet wheat juice. At least, miHoYo, if you really have to make me lose the 50-50, at least let it be Nekomata. At least. Not Leakon, for God's sake, please, for the love of God. In the name of everything that is holy in this universe, not the bloody furry. I've always liked Nekomata in terms of design. And she's the only standard canner that I'm missing. I have multiple copies of most other standard banner character. I have like 25 copies of Soldier 11. I have Cinema 2, what's her face, Coleda, Cinema 1 Rina, all of them. But I do not have a single Nekomata. And I know that she's not particularly good, but she was the standard banner character that I wanted to get on day one. And oh please, trigger me. Trigger me one. Just once. Just let me win this 50-50. No! Not the fucking furry again! Not this cocksucker! You cocksucking furry! The average Minecraft YouTuber furry who gets an expose video on YouTube. God damn it! Please, at least in a temple, please. I've never been this triggered. It's the trigger banner. Fuck off, miHoYo. How could you do this to me? The one character that I told you I didn't want. Cocksuckers. It's unfathomable. Like, losing the 50-50, fine, you know, it's a 50-50 chance. But it's the second time in a row that I lose the 50-50 and it's the bloody furry. Come on. Because before Evelyn, for Evelyn, I got her and her first copy on a 50-50. Pretty good. Before that, I do not even remember who was the previous limited character that I got. It was quite some time ago, and I lost the 50-50, and it was Leakhound. I'm Omega triggered. Now I have like, what, 50 and change pools, plus those that I can get from the shop. I can get her for sure, but not her weapon. At least it's not very likely today. If on her weapon banner I get the bloody Leakhound weapon, which I don't even know what it is, I'm going to need a break. This is the worst thing. You see why we cannot have nice things and why I cannot make giveaways because of this bullshit. Punished for pulling for a not really meta character that I like. It happened with Zhao Chu. It happened with Zhao Chu as well. Zhao Chu, I got him on a guaranteed, but I wanted to get his Eidolon Chu, because two of my favorite characters are Acheron and Kafka. And an Eidolon Chu Zhao Chu is amazing for both of them. And I lost every 50-50 for Jiaochu. I was absolutely punished for wanting the character that a lot of people skipped, because for the average player he's just mildly better than Pela. Then if you giga invest into him, maybe you get some Eidolons and his weapon, then he becomes giga busted. And I often say that I wish I had more than one Jiaochu on my account. But I was punished for pulling for him. Not as badly as with the Shenhe. Shenhe completely destroyed me. If you don't know my Shenhe story, I pulled for her twice. One was on her original banner, and one was on her run. On her original banner, I got Constellation 2 Shenhe. On her on her first rerun, I got Constellation 6 Shenhe. To go from Constellation 2 to 6, it cost me fewer Primogens than going from no Shenhe to Constellation 2. Because for her original banner, I was on a 50-50 when I started pulling. I lost every 50-50 past the soft PT. It was unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Then when her run came around and I pulled for her, I got 2 in a 10 pool, I won multiple 50-50s, and we went from 2 to 6 within the span on one stream. It was goated. But man, sometimes the RNG of my pools is so weird. Come on, show me a trick. I'm getting a lot of 4 stars apparently, which is good because it generates more pools. But man, never a joy, never a glimmer of happiness in the life of gacha players and non-meta waifu enjoyers. I'm starting to envision my next week's pool for Castorize. It's going to be, yeah, we made it, we got it to soft PT, lost the 50-50 to someone, and that's the end of my pool session. Because I will not have much more than that. Oh my god, Trigger, please, come on early. At least the second copy, so I can get your bloody weapon. I had the dreams of, wow, I won an early 50-50, wow, I got her weapon, let's try to get her first cinema, which I don't even know what it does. But, you know, I like her a lot, it would make me happy, regardless. The other problem is that this scam is going to make it much harder for me to get Vivian during the next patch. I'm pretty sure Vivian is going to be the first character to run, meaning that I get her, Trigger, I get her weapon, and whatever is left goes to Vivian. I need another sip of my wheat juice. Oh my god, another 4 star. Is Palkra even in the standard banner? I've not seen any. I know the odds are not very high, but a man can dream. No. How far are... Oh, we're still so far. We are so painfully far. Let's do 110 pool. Just one. We're at 40. Nope. Oh. So I have 10 pools here, well 11, and then we need to go to the shop to make some exchange. I'm really feeling us blasted by these pools. Maybe I should have streamed them. Maybe it's the streamer luck. But there were some pools that I recorded without streaming them, and they were pretty lucky. Maybe they were my Acheron pools. I believe I didn't stream them. I recorded them, and those pools were amazing. What the hell, MiHoYo? You need to improve the consistency. I guess it's a return to medium. Star? Oh, no, not these things though. I want to see the characters, please. Okay, let's go to the shop very briefly. 31 pools, pretty okay. 31. So yeah, we can go to soft PT easily, but then we will be pretty much doomed for the weapon banner. I'm at 0 PT on the weapon banner, so it's not like I can sneakily be hard into PT and I just have to wait. No. Start at 0. At this point, I'm actually hoping we get to soft PT. Because the worst feeling for me is when I get a 5-star at 71, 72 pools. Which is... The odds are the same as doing it on the first pool. They do not improve from 1 to 74. It's just past 75 that they improve. So when you get a character on 72 or 73, it feels so bad. It's the worst feeling. Because, you know, when you lose a 50-50, you know, it's part and parcel, half of the time. But when you get us blasted in that way by the RNG gods, you really get to enjoy all their cruelty. Just realizing how bad their banner is. I mean, Lucy's pretty good, but she's been rated up 25 million times, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's never been rated up, and I'm completely mistaken. But in my head, it feels like I pulled Lucy between 100 and 500 times. We're 7 from soft PT. You know what? 7 from soft PT, we do a 10 pool. There are good chances of one trigger being here, yeah. And you know, if there is a second 5-star, it's going to feel great. Of course, there is only one. Fuck you, MiHoYo. Fuck you, MiHoYo. Oh my god. Oh, my beloved trigger. Wait, is her name wrong? Trigger. Trigger with one R at the end. What the hell? They missed. Everything is wrong today. Everything is wrong. 3 characters, 3 extra pools. There. 10 pool engine, please. It's the only thing that is going to make me feel better. Please. 10 pool engine. Show me the engine. Show me the 5-star engine. Fusion compiler. Is it Koleda's? Is it Koleda's again? I know. Oh, okay, I had to take a break away from the computer there. I had to take a break away from the computer. I honestly don't know what to say. It's the worst thing. I cannot believe this just happened. I cannot believe. And 71. Oh, so it was the first one. The first pool was Grace's engine. The first pool. Let's go to the shop. There, 7. We do another 10 pool, I guess. Nothing. Looks like we're not getting it today, but at least, you know, having a guaranteed makes me feel better for the rest of the patch. But oh my god, everything that could have gone bad has gone bad. The only saving grace is a single pool. Saving grace. You see that? The irony of the RNG god. The allegory. The metaphor. The metastasis. Whatever you want to call it. Now, the most ironic thing would be on the very last pool to get the engine. The very last pool? No. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah. So, we got completely ass blasted and mocked by the RNG gods, which is the absolutely worst scenario that could have happened during these pools. I'm going to stop recording because I finished my first can of wheat juice. I need to open a second one. I'm going to need 40 and change pools to make up to 40 and change pools to get her engine. This was the worst thing. Her name on the TV when you get her is wrong. I cannot believe any of the things that have happened today. I cannot believe them. Bye guys. Take care.